Hello everybody, welcome to today's live. We're just gonna wait about 2 minutes while we wait for everybody else to join. In the meantime, say hi in the comments, maybe tell us where you're watching from. And yeah, I see Candace has already joined. Hello Candace, I hope you are good. Nontobeka's also joined. Hi Nontobeka, welcome to the class today. Hi Gail, nice to have you in again. Santi has also joined us. Hello Santi. Noel and Cass also have joined. Hi there guys. Good evening Caroline, welcome. Londi is joining from Centurion, Pretoria. Are you just an hour away from me? And Noel's first time here. Well, welcome Noel. I hope you enjoy. If you've got any questions, give me 2 seconds. Oh no, sorry, my dog was trying to get out. Had to be the star of this live today. Sorry, as I was saying, if you've got any questions, anything that you don't understand, please feel free to pop your question in the comments. Myself or one of the awesome admins are going to get to you. No question is a silly question. Even if it's like the most ridiculous basic thing, ask your question. We are so happy to answer. Hello Susie, nice to see you. I see Kim is also in. Raksha's also here. Oh, so awesome that so many of you have popped in tonight. I'm going to go ahead and get started. Anybody else that comes in, they must still greet us, say hello, but we're going to get started in the meantime. So I'm Sarah, I'm a Cricut ambassador, and I just want to welcome each and every one of you to today's Cricut live class. So this class is sponsored by Cricut and Logitech. So thank you so much to the sponsors for making this possible. Today we are going to be making this project, as you might have seen. Oh, sorry, there we go. There we go. We're going to be making this project, as some of you might have already seen on the Facebook. So today we're going over basics of iron-on, how to design, how to cut, how to weed, and all those processes. For those who are a little bit more advanced, we're going to talk about layering. If you are not quite ready to do layering and you haven't done any iron-on projects, don't be afraid. You can go for just some single layered iron-on projects, whatever you feel comfortable with. All of these products that I'm using today, the different iron-ons, I got them all from Cricut's secret sale. So if those of you who have not heard of the Cricut secret sale, there's a website. It's called www.secretsale, and on this website you can get all things Cricut at really, really good prices. So even this tote bag I got from the secret sale. It's a really, really good tote bag. It's good quality. It can do infusibles as well as your iron-ons. So it's really, really awesome to work with. So that is what we're going to be doing today. Gonna move this out of the way, and we're gonna talk about our blanks. Okay, so I'm using Cricut's bag, like I was telling you. Oh, can you see? There we go. So this is Cricut's infusible ink bag. Very, very nice to work with infusible inks. The reason I chose to work with it today, even though I'm not doing infusible inks, was it's such a good quality, sturdy bag. I'm a teacher, so this theme all fits really, really well with me. And the bag that I made, I will be using to carry all books and stuff. And it's just such a good quality bag. It'll carry all those good heavy things. And then I'm using just a little canvas pencil case. So we're going to talk about designing, and we're going to talk about measuring and everything. I'm just going to go ahead and show you my design space. So here is my design space. Oh, it is not showing the up-to-date things. That is very strange. Give me 2 seconds to sort this out. Very, very strange. Okay, while I'm waiting for this to become all organized. If you are new to Cricut and you've only just sort of started doing projects, what have you done so far? If you're not new, tell us your absolute favorite project. Maybe somebody in the comments will be inspired by something that you are really in love with. I know personally did my Cricut wrapped at the end of last year. I mostly did vinyl projects, which is ironic because they're not even my favorite thing. I don't know how that me. Yes, wonderful. Okay, let's see. Are you all with me now? I don't see anybody saying yes or no, but I'm going to go for it anyway. Yes? No? Maybe? Okay, I can see it. So this is the original design that I had. I made a mini one for the pencil case and a big one for the bag. I did go to images and I checked for, I think I looked for paper. Let me see. And this is what came up. And it's like, I think it was print and cut designs that I used. Oh, no, I just felt like designing from scratch. So if you're not a fan of designing it from scratch, you can just go into images and you can find this piece of paper. I obviously chose a little bit more of a difficult route. So I'm going to show you how I designed it from scratch. This works well for people who maybe haven't yet ventured into Design Space Access. Design Space Access is basically a subscription. You pay 99 Rand a month and you get images, fonts, projects, like all of this stuff at your disposal. Right now, if you go into Design Space and you don't have Cricut Access and you look for paper, there's a chance that you're not going to find these things because they will be paid. You see here in the corner, it's got a little A for access, included in subscription. You don't have the subscription, you won't have these. So I'm going to show you how to design these from scratch. Okay, what I'm just going to do, I'm going to make these disappear. Here we go. Awesome. All right. So for this design, went to shapes and then I went and found my square. So I measured my pencil case. Shall we start with the bag? Let's start with the bag. All right. So bag is a nice big canvas. Oh gosh, there we go. It actually says it right there, 48 by 35 centimeters. I could have just read the packaging, but we're going to measure, and you know I do that with all of my canvases because you know everything's a different size, so we've got to measure it around. And we're going to use this. So I am using smart vinyl today, so I can actually make it quite big. Smart vinyl, we use it in our maker machines, and it can cut like long material. Yes, you'll understand now when I show you. So it doesn't need a mat. Obviously with the mat you're going to be restricted to 30 by 30. So we've got, yeah, the measurements were right. It goes up to 48 and then yeah, it goes up to 30. So I mean I don't really want the design all the way up to 48, making it so huge and ginormous, but we've got the canvas space to do so. So that one was 30 by 48, and then the small one, I love doing pencil cases. I think it's just so fun. It's nothing better than like a personalized pencil case. I've actually got a whole bunch of these for stationery, I've got one for earrings, I've got one for makeup. Yeah, I've just got like 100 pencil cases. Cricut people just can't have enough of custom things. Okay, 20 by 11. So we're going to go back to Design Space. So yeah, before we get to that, let's make a template. So you can do one of two things. We can make a shape, and then we can make the size of our pencil case. So I said it was about width was 20. And then here's something cool for you guys that are still new to Design Space. If you look here, there's a little lock option. You're going to unlock it because then that makes the size of the shape, basically, you don't have to, it doesn't, oh, there we go, it doesn't increase in proportion. Oh, thank you. All right, so there's my shape. I've unlocked it, and then I said it was about 11 centimeters high. So that's what my pencil case is going to look like. I'm going to go here to guide, and I'm going to create a guide. So then it's got this little block, and when I go to make, it's not actually going to come up. If you want sort of the same color as your guide, as your material, you can make it a basic cut and just not cut it. So we've got the little colors there. If you click that black icon, you can go and it's not quite that, it's kind of like that color. That's the color of my pencil case. I like to do this, it just gives me a real feel for what the project's going to look like. Okay, so then I'm going to duplicate this, and we're going to make it bigger to suit our bag, which was 48 by 30. Oh, I forgot to unlock that, my bad. There we go, press that unlock by 30 in height. Alright, so there's my bag, there is my pencil case. Okay, so here is how I designed this project from scratch. I went into shapes, and there we go, I added my rectangle, and I like to go ahead and start with the colors straight away. It just makes everything a little bit easier. So if I wanted to, I could make this go all the way to the end and then make it smaller. I'm not really sure if I want to do such a large design actually. So let's go out and let's do, yeah, that looks good. Maybe a little bit smaller. Yeah, there we go. Okay, so we add 33 centimeters, and then we're going to make our line. Then, so right now it's at 0.42. Okay, so then I'm going to go and I'm going to duplicate. I think that's going to be too much, but it's fine. We're going to make the background disappear. And what you're going to do here is I've selected all these shapes, and I'm going to go to here to the align feature, align center. Okay, these are obviously a little bit too far away for me. So let's just, I like that. There we go. So I'm going to select them all again, and I'm going to say distribute. Oh, see, now I'm going to have to move that a little bit. If you distribute vertically, it puts them perfectly distributed. Yes, I think that's the right word. So otherwise I would have had to have gone and like guessed how far away they needed to be from each other. What I'm actually going to do, we're going to delete all the ones in the middle, because I kind of want a big, there we go, a big space. Oh, it's because I'm leaning on the trackpad. Oh, I'm a chop. Okay, there we go. Here we go. Because I do want a big space. And let's see what happens when I bring the square back. I'm gonna select all of these again. I think I'd like them to be a bit centered. And then we're going to grab this one and duplicate. There we go. And we're going to select all of them again. Now we're going to do that align vertically thing. Align, distribute vertically. There we go. So now they're all evenly distributed. Then what I'm going to do is I want another line. So I'm just going to go duplicate another one. I'm going to make it red. And then I'm going to go and there we go. I'm going to rotate. So for those of you who haven't seen the new updated Design Space, some of your features are actually now here under edit. The first time that I got this update, I kind of didn't know it was updated, and I was like, what is going on? I was very confused. Then, you know, you just orientate yourself around it. It's great though, it's great. Okay, so we're going to rotate it. I'm going to rotate it at a 90 degree. There we go. But obviously we don't need it that long. So we're going to close this. And we're going to make the width, let's see, try 28. Yeah, that looks cool. Maybe a little bit bigger. Let's go 29. Oh, not 9. 29. There we go. Cool bananas. Okay, so that's the basics of my page, and then I'm just going to go to shapes, and then I'm going to add a circle to do the little hole punchy thingies. That's still not the right word. Lots of smart people in the comments understand what I'm talking about, I'm sure. Okay, so actually let's make it a teeny bit smaller. Let's make it 1. Yeah, that's perfect. Okay, so now we're just going to distribute them. This, I'll be honest, I'm not too stressed about how even they are, and I'll explain to you now why. Okay, you know what, just for the sake of order, we're just going to align, center, distribute vertically. Okay, now they all like even. Alright, so that's the basics of my design, and let's get some text in. So I'm now making this bag for my friend at work. Her name is Miss Smuts. Oh, Miss Smuts's. Oh, guys, please let me know if that's the right English. I'm saying Miss Smuts's teacher stuff. Maybe I should do a teacher that doesn't have a confusing surname. Miss Hahn's teacher stuff. I knew where the apostrophe went. I am a music teacher, people, not an English teacher. Alright, so Miss Smuts's. Okay, you'll let me know before we cut if that's correct. Okay, so I'm just going to check out my previous design because I really did like the font that I used. Oops. So we're going to check our font. Let's have a look. Miss Hahn. There we go. This font that I used, Vintage Curveball. It's so pretty. It's just going to load. But it's fine. I know what it's called. It's called Vintage Curveball. And then teacher stuff was BFC Cute Chick. Oh, BFC fonts are my favorite. Of course, I chose a BFC font. Crazy. Okay, so we're going to go here. And we're going to search in fonts. So this is where your fonts is, where it says Cricut Sans. And then you can search for your fonts. So remember now, if you don't have Cricut access, these fonts are not all available for you. Caroline says, I do think that's correct. Thank you, Caroline. Okay, curve. I don't know if there was a space. Let's just type curve. Oh, thank you, Kim. You know, I should have checked the spelling. But in my mind, you know, I didn't even think about that. So crazy. Anyway, Vintage Curveball. Oh, love this font. Love this font very much. So pretty. Okay. We'll resize that now. And then the other one, it was Cute Chick. So yeah, like I was saying, if you don't have Design Space access, if you're not paying that subscription, you're not going to get all of these fonts. Like, look at this already. Access. Doesn't mean you don't have nice fonts at all. Like, what I always tell people, if you don't have access, you can go to this little filter button and you can look for free. And then all the free stuff is going to come up. Not always the best stuff, but you know, it's not impossible to use to use Design Space without access. But when I tell you, it makes a world of a difference. Like, I remember I was very stubborn in my beginning years, and I was like, I'm never going to get access, that's such a waste of money, and I was like, just never going to do it. And then at some point I was like, oh, you know what, let me just do the trial, and it changed my life. It really did. I have no regrets. I have no sad feelings when it comes off my account at the end of the month. Like, I'm fine, I'm happy, it's all good. Okay, so there is, you know what I'm thinking we need to add some extra lines, because yeah, I think the other one had extra lines, and I want it to be more similar to this one. Let's have a look. Let's move this out of the way. Oops. There we go. There we go. Oh, see, I did something very different the first time. But the first time, I actually didn't have smart material. I'll tell you a funny story. I had a very small piece of blue left. So I was working with the materials I had. And then I got a whole roll of smart iron-on. And now I'm like, whatever. Use all my materials. Yeah, I think I get like that when I've got new materials. I'm like, oh, I'm just going to use all of this and not be conscious of what I'm using. Anyway, some unimportant information for you there. So let's just look at this as a reference. Teacher stuff. I made this one about 1.7 centimeters. So let's make our lines 1.7 centimeters. Let's group and ungroup. Chop. Okay. 1.7. Oh, it's about right. So that's fine. Let's just leave it like that. And then let us make these lines a bit smaller. Okay. All right. There we go. And let's see. Align, distribute vertically. Beautiful. I'm actually going to delete those. Cheat. I'm going to just do that. And then I'm going to just copy this. Duplicate. Stunning. Okay. Send to the back. And then I'm actually going to do this. I'm going to make it a teeny bit smaller. That'll do. And I'm going to delete this top one because we don't need it. And then just to make sure everything's in line, align, center, distribute vertically. And maybe you're asking me, like, why are you so obsessed with distributing it and whatever? The reason for that is I'm going to put it all together so I can cut all at once. We just also want to send this to the back. What? Send this to the front rather. Boop. Send to the front. There we go. Wonderful. And then my little dots. Got to fix my dots. I actually did consider this, so let me see what it looks like. I thought what could be cute. Now you guys have to let me know. Now I'm backtracking a little bit, but what about a heart instead of a hole? I mean, it might not look nice. Let's see. Maybe it's gonna look whack. Oh wait, I'm not allowed to say whack. I said it in front of my kids at school, and they looked at me like I was so lame. I try to get on their trends. I said slay. My goodness, I felt like an outcast. It's just, yeah. And clock it. Oh, I thought it was cool, but as soon as I said it, it wasn't cool anymore. And I mean, I think I'm quite an awesome teacher, but sometimes, you know, I obviously just take it too far, and they just think I'm a weirdo. But I'm not even like old. But they make me feel old. Anyway, so what do you think about that? I actually don't hate it. I think it's cute. Let me know if we should keep the hearts. And if we don't like it, if we're all like, ew, no, let's go back to the circles. I will go back to the circles. Okay, anyway, so we're going to put the stuff here. And then we're going to put Miss Smuts over here. Look at this. We're going to duplicate. Boop. And we're going to make it small. Kim thinks it's very cute. Thank you, Kim. All right. Now we're going to make it teeny tiny. Okay, now here is what I'm thinking. So we're going to ungroup that. I do think we don't want the words too small. So we're going to go and we're actually going to delete. Oopsie. Undo. Going to delete the middle. Oh my goodness. We're just going to take that away because it's annoying me now. Okay, we're going to delete. I think that's going to be too little, but let's do this. Let's make align, just vertically align, center. Gonna be very bored with me, I'm sorry. I'm like doing the same thing I was doing next door, but we obviously just want to make it work here for this one. Okay, I've grouped it so it's easier to move, and then I'm going to make it smaller and I'm going to stretch it. Ta-da! It's the small things that make me happy. Okay, so now we're going to have to delete some of these hearts, although I think they're very tiny now. Let's make them bigger, little bit bigger. Cute, 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 cute. Wonderful. Boop. I want them all the same size. Duplicate. Boop, 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 boop. I like it better up here. And then maybe we do another one here. Yes. No. Nope. That's perfect like it is. And then let's move Miss Smarts. There we go. You know what? You're going to be like, oh my gosh, Sarah, really? But I actually think we need an extra line. I think that is the one thing about designing, is like you got to play around with it and until you're happy, you know? Because it's like a sport. You gotta just, but I ungroup that. Ungroup. There we go. Yeah, you sort of just have to play around with it until you're happy. But I guess that's the fun of it. Hey, it's just like playing. Actually, I'm very excited. I sent my sister's living in the UK, and I sent her one of my Cricut machines. I just thought, you know, she needs a cool hobby like me. And I sent her one. I sent her a Joy Extra, lovely machine. And we did our first project together. I was getting somewhere with this. Oh, sorry. She told me she is not a creative person, which is a lie. She told me she is not a creative person, which is a lie. She's very creative. She made all her wedding stationery by hand. But she said she wasn't creative, and I was like, you actually don't need to be creative. You can be done. Oh, did I check if it was gonna fit in my gonna fit in my pencil case? Shall we make it longer? Yes, we shall. Yes, we shall. Ungroup, move it out. There we go. There we go. Much better. Let's move these guys out. Okay, cool. So, stunning. I love it. I love it very much. Okay, so now there is our design. There are our two designs. One for a pencil case and one for a bag. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to delete these little pencil case templates. You don't have to. You can just choose not to make them when you get to that point. So what I am going to do is I'm going to select the blue parts. So that's the lines. And I'm going to go combine and I'm going to unite them. The reason for this is because I want to cut them. I want exactly how I've placed them. I will tell you, remember I said I had a very small piece of blue iron-on when I was doing the pre-design. And I cut everything like next to each other. And then I went and I cut little lines, one line at a time. And I placed them one line at a time. And then it took me forever. So if you've got like a Cricut Joy Extra, or even if you've got a Joy, you can like piecemeal your things together. You can do like little pieces at a time. I'm grateful that I have my Maker 4 and I've got my smart material, so she can just cut it all and, you know, do it all in one go, which is sorry, just got to plug this in here because my laptop, she dying. There we go. Okay, on mat, continue. Oh, silly me. I'm actually not doing them all on the mat, but it's fine. We are going to go, this one is on mat. Oh, hold on, let's take a step back. Let's go make, remember I said I'm going to be using the mat, but I'm also not. So my black iron-on, I'm not using that. So we're going to go without mat, but we're going to change the settings here. So black is going to have, let's go to this one first. So this one is without a mat, this one is without a mat, and then this one is on a mat. So you can change it here in the setting. There we go. I'm just going to make sure it's spaced out nicely so I don't have a tough time cutting it. Oh my goodness, it's not selecting. Boop. There we go. My bad. Do any of these fit? No. Okay, sometimes you just have to listen to Design Space and it knows best. Okay, there we go. I'm going to space these hearts just a teeny tiny bit. Cool. And then I'm going to put this, let's do this one here. And then let's do this. Oh. So Design Space does automatically mirror, but because I'm moving things around so much, I'm just going to mirror it. See, look. Oh, I knew that was going to happen. So sometimes that happens where it cuts off when you mirror. So if I know I'm going to adjust it a lot, I tend to mirror it first. Okay, there we go. Gorgeous. There we go. Excellent. Maybe I must do it like this. Nope, let's do it like this. Just trying to utilize our material. Okay, that looks good, and then that looks fine, and I'm happy with that. Okay, awesome sauce. Are we ready, people? Let's go. So, shall we start with the matte one? I have a feeling the one on the mat's going to take the longest because there's like a lot going on. So I am using Cricut glitter iron-on. It's my favorite. There we go. And we're going to say glitter iron-on, cool bananas, and there we go. So this is not smart. Sometimes I call it dumb iron-on, but it's not dumb. It's wonderful. It's fantastic. But it just makes me laugh to call it dumb iron-on. I've got a beautiful mat over here. If you are new to Cricut, do not throw these plastic sleeves away. I did when I started my Cricut journey. I was like, why do I need to keep this lame piece of plastic? Because it protects your mat. So don't throw it away. I'm going to take you on over to my top view. Yeah, you can see what I'm doing. So yes, I threw all those mats away. And then my mats, no, I didn't throw the mats away. I threw the plastics away because I was like, that's dumb. Why do I need to keep plastic? So sometimes when people on TikTok tell you to do stuff, don't be like, oh, I'm not gonna follow you because you're dumb. That's silly. Why must I keep my mat plastic? But you must keep it. Because I see I wasn't getting to a point there. I was just complaining and talking nonsense. You've got to keep it because you make your mats last longer. They don't get dirty and stuff. Alright, so I'm putting my stuffies in. We're going to go inside. There we go. Now it's going to detect. Make sure I'm not cheating it by giving it the wrong size mat. Here we go. Boop. Okay, now while that's cutting, because that one's going to take a little bit of time. The other things you need now for an iron-on project is an iron. So today I'm going to use my little baby mini press. I am not going to use a bigger press just for space and convenience. So I'm going to do both projects with a mini press, but you can use the bigger presses. I do like the control of the little one. It just makes more sense for me. And then you're going to need This is your mini press mat, and then I'm going to use some butcher paper. Butcher paper you can get from Cricut. They sell like a nice big roll thingy, or you can get it inside your infusible inks, which is great. I've got a whole bunch of infusible inks that are open that I haven't used, but I did take the butcher paper out of them. So yeah, anyway, so I'm gonna put this on. How about I start by plugging it in? Oh my goodness. There we go. I like to unplug it because I'm scared like one day I leave it plugged in and the house is gonna burn down. Like, I'm just a bit OTT there. Not necessary, but crazy. Anyway, so I'm gonna put my mini press on. If you're not sure, I'm actually gonna show you now. There's a heat guide on Cricut Design Space, which is really cool. So it can show you what temperatures. Mini press has 3 settings. 1, 2, 3. Oopsie, there we go. It has got 3 settings. And we're going to talk about those settings now. But then there's not an auto press. The auto press is the big one. It has escaped my brain in this moment. But there's another one that's like, it's a 4. Oh my gosh. It's like 20 centimeters by 20 centimeters. It's like a one you hold with your hands. Sorry guys, my brain has left my body there. But that press is really cool because you can connect it to an app. And then you can literally say, I'm putting glitter iron onto a burlap bag, and then it just sets the settings for you. Like, that's beautiful. Okay, so it is cut. Sometimes I like to check, especially if I've been cutting a lot. Cardstock does tend to make your blades blunt, so I do tend to check, because there's nothing worse than having to cut it all over again. I mean, it's not an often occurrence, but because I've been scarred once, I like to check. It makes me all stressed out. But this blade's actually doing well. I've had it in for now, sure. I actually can't even tell you when I last bought blades, and I cut a lot. So the Cricut blades do last quite a long time. Okay, so we are done with our mat. Remember what I said? We've got to put our plastic back. Don't throw it in the bin. Beautiful. See now, it's already got hair on it. I've got dogs. It's a curse. A blessing and a curse. Love my dog children, but they hair everywhere. And I've just opened this mat. Anyway, let's put that away. If you want to extend your life of your mat, just take a little piece of vinyl, just stick it on the outside of your mat so you know which part goes onto the mat and which part is upward facing. Yes, no, I don't know. Anyway, okay, so now we are going to cut. Let's do the red one. And this one is Smart Iron-On Matless Heat Transfer. Oh no, this is the red is not matless heat transfer. It is glitter. Because I bought glitter. I love glitter. I could almost put it on anything and everything. Okay, so don't worry about how I'm cutting. I look like an insane person. Boop. Oh my gosh, guys, I look crazy cutting like this. Oh, do you know what I do want to do before I... Oh my gosh, all this sellotape. There we go. Before I actually get there, I want to take... I've got a trimmer. This is my trimmer. And we're going to cut this piece of iron-on that we've just worked on, so we can weed it while that stuff cuts. Ooh, there we go. Now I'm going to save all my glitter vinyl, put it away. Okay, now we were here. If only you knew what that area looked like, you'd be like traumatized. It's just chaos, that side. I do spend a good deal of my life organizing my craft room, and then I do spend a good deal of my life messing the craft room. So yeah, anyway, not important. This is going to go inside. Look how cool. No mat required. There we go. Alright. Oh, but this is also going to take 2 seconds because it's literally 2 lines. So I'm going to cut this, and then when the blue is cutting, I'm going to weed, because this is going to be quick. That was actually a little bit satisfying. Okay, let's go out, and then this trim. Oh, love glitter. Don't even like red. Red, in my head sometimes, like, I'm just like, red is Christmas or Valentine's. It doesn't belong anywhere else. But when I see it in glitter, I'm like, maybe I should have a change of heart. Oh, there we go. Use me. Okay, there we go. Let's do blue. There we go. I don't know, there's nothing better than opening a new box of iron-on. I actually ordered this week, and I was so excited when it came. And it, you know, it seems sad, but like, it's just so exciting. Vinyls and new toys to play with. Like, I mean, I've bought vinyl before. I know what it looks and feels like. I've probably ordered these exact colors, but it was just so exciting when I heard the delivery man beep my door. Beep my door. Beep at my door. Beep at my gate. Anyway. Okay, so let's pop this guy in. Oh, I should probably choose material base. Browse on material, smart iron on. There we go. Smart iron on mass heat transfer. Boop. There we go. Okay, let's do these lines first. I do believe that this one is going to be... Oh. This one is going to be a satisfying one. Let me wait for it to start. Boop, there we go. Okay, so... let's see. Oh, that was so nice. Just pop it there. Okay. Okay, so how you choose to weed your iron on is completely up to you. When I do vinyl, I go inside details first and then outside. But sometimes with iron on, I like to do the other way, because then you can see the small details and that sort of thing. Okay. Are we ready? This thing keeps on eating me. Oh, I love weeding vinyl. I mean iron-on. I love weeding iron-on a lot more than vinyl. Vinyl's like a mission. That's what I was saying. Like earlier, I mentioned something about my Cricut Wrapped said my top material was vinyl. But I don't like weeding it. I mean, it's one of the more practical things. Like, I don't need a heat press to do vinyl. So it is very practical. Oh, guys, I think I've been talking for too long, and now we're running out of time, but we're at the easiest part. So we're going to weed. So now I'm taking all the little parts out. I'm sure a lot of you have just not like done projects where you left the inside of a letter. I know I have many times, just not taken the insides out. But then, you know, I make it work. It just looks like it's the font. Okay, we've got the insides out of all of these. Nope, not the teeny ones. So that is done. And then our lawns. Sure. This is long. Okay. And oh, I think I'm actually going to do this one with my scissors because I'll put them very close to each other. Cannot see. Okay. Now the small one. Okay. Alright, now let's just weed these. And then we are good to press. So I must tell you guys something interesting. So I convinced my school, I don't know if it was me, there was another lady who I'd spoken to about a Cricut machine. And then between the two of us, we convinced the school that they needed one. And they got a Cricut machine. They got a Cricut Maker 3. And then when we came back, so staff came back a day early, and they bought Libby glasses, tumbler glasses, whatever you want to call them, and they cut out all of our names with the Cricut machine. And they bought a bunch of UDTF, like pre-done design sticky thingies, and we had to weed our own names and apply them to our tumblers. It felt like it was working because everybody was like, Sarah, will you just weed this for me? But it's a shame. It was so much fun. It was cool to see our Cricut machine in action. And then everyone like had a lot of fun. And you know, there's just nothing better than something special and custom. And now we all have cool glasses that we can drink our, I mean, you can drink water out of a Libby glass. Some people drink coffee. Oh, we did. We made iced coffee as staff. Like, they taught us how to make iced coffee, and we all made iced coffee. It was really cute. Okay, now that is done, let's start with the easier one. We're going to start with the pencil case. There it is. Okay. Let's do it this way. Okay, so I'm just going to get all my little elements. Now let's do this one first. So we're going to do our lines. You got to preheat your blank. Sometimes if you're working with, you know, delicate fabrics, let me just move myself out the way. There we go, because then you can actually see what I'm doing. Sometimes when you're working with delicate fabrics, when you preheat, you'd have to preheat with your butcher paper, but we don't need to do that. Okay. It actually amazes me, the tiny lines that the Cricut can do. So awesome. Okay. Okay, it's very important for those of you who are new to iron on. You've got to make sure you give it pressure. If you're not giving it pressure, it's not going to infuse into your fabric properly, and then you're going to have lifting, and that's not great. Oh, I even actually forgot to use the butcher paper, so we use it. I don't always use butcher paper. Generally, when I'm working with delicate fabrics, I do, or if I'm re-ironing onto the design, I'll use it. Not always, it just depends. Okay, we're going to put this aside for now. Okay, and we are going to do the bag while that cools down. Okay, so this is bigger, so it would have been easier to do this one with the big press, but we are just going to do it with the small press. Actually, guys, I see we are running out of time, so I want to maybe No, we're gonna get through it. I believe we can. Let's do this. Let's apply this. Oh, anyway, so I was saying, it is quite big, so it actually is not even sitting on my mat properly. So I'm gonna have to move it over. There we go. Okay, with your mini press you're going to have to do it a little bit at a time, but if you have an auto press or if you have an easy press, that's what it's called. Oh my gosh, it took me the whole life to get there. If you've got an easy press, you can do it kind of all in one go depending on your size. Mini press is a little bit more of an arm workout, but you know, it has its pros because you're able to get into the little details, and you know, I love it for a baby grow or a little beanie hat thingy, like, you know, or little bunny ears for a baby shower. That's the best. Okay, but we are making progress here. Oh. Okay, let's check our pencil case. Oh, need to give it a little bit more of a work through. Alright, while that is cooling down, let's actually get this all sorted. So we're going to cut out a little elements here. Teacher stuff. That's the big one. This is the small one. This is the big one. This is the small one. Okay, and then I'm going to cut all my hearts out individually. One, two. Oh, have you ever been doing a project and you lose the little pieces? Because I was doing some t-shirts at the end of November and I couldn't find the one piece. I think it was supposed to be saying Big Brother on it, Big Sister or something, and I just couldn't find this piece, and I knew I cut it, and I was like, I just couldn't find it. So I just recut it. And then I think it was last week I found Big on my floor. I was like, oh my gosh, after all of that. But I often, like, I'll lose pieces of words and vinyls and then the eyes of letters, and it's so annoying. Okay. Let's see. Okay, for whatever reason, my iron does not want. So let's just give it a little bit more pressure. It's shy, clearly. Okay, let's see now the bag. Okay. Just giving it a little bit more of a workup. Thank you guys for staying a little bit later today, just so we can get to the end of this business. Okay. Let's see if we are winning here. Yay! almost. Where's my reading tool? Let's see. There we go. It didn't go on perfectly, but what we are going to do is we're gonna give it a work over with the butcher paper. We're going to trust the process. There is a slight chance that this iron-on might have been on the store shelves for a while. Because I generally don't have issues with Cricut iron-on. It is always good, but one thing you must take note about your iron-on is it can expire. So please, if you are a hoarder of vinyls, do not be, because you need to make sure that you use it before it reaches its shelf life. Okay, let's see. Okay. Okay, now we're going to put some, where's my butcher paper? Where's my butcher paper? Oh, there it is. We're going to make this work, people. And so we can hit two birds with one stone, we're going to head on to putting our other little details on. Okay. Let's maybe do this. Where is my hearts? See, now I'm missing heart. Nope, there it is. Found it. Everybody calm down. Okay. If you are layering, make sure that you're not putting any iron on top of any plastic. So I'm just going to trim it all to size. Okay. Cool bananas. And then we're going to put this one down. There we go. Okay. Let's do this. Oh, already the iron-on is sticking. I'm being so careful. So if you do this, so I'm like, it looks like I'm ironing onto my iron-on with other butcher paper, but I'm being so delicate. Oh, here's my weeding too. Okay, let's put this aside. Okay. We're just going to take it one step at a time here. Thank you everybody for your patience. Just giving it more pressure. Now I have made a teeny tiny error. So glitter iron-on actually requires a little bit more heat. So I'm putting a little bit more heat onto my iron-on. Okay. Ah, there we go. Ah, much better. Oh, see, now I've made bumps. Good. There we go. Let's just fix that. Okay. There we go. Oh, look how nice that went on. Stunning. Oopsie. Don't think I pressed hard enough on this side. You just fix it. Not a biggie. And then that one went on. Also fun. Okay. Cool. Then, let's see. There we go. Just needed a little bit of extra love, that's all. Okay. Okay, let's do our little hearts. Oh, did I skip 2 lines here? 1, 2, 1, 2. There we go. And then our red line. Great. And then let's go this side to our name while that cools down. Cool. Okay, people, I will tell you, I think I was the one who made a mistake. I think my temperature was not high enough. I'll be so dead honest with you. Once I took it up a notch, and I told myself to remember to do that, and I didn't. I think it was because I was playing with the settings. So that's my bad. It seems to be going on so much better now that I've upped the heat pressure. I mean, the temperature. So thank you for bearing with me. I see Cheryl saying she's scared of iron-on. Cheryl, you do not have to be scared of it. You know, you've just got to keep on trying. Listen, I've been doing iron-on now since 2023, and I still made a little mistake. It happens, you know, we are human, and in this crafting experience, you're going to make mistakes, but it's okay. You just need to try. I can't tell you how many projects I've messed up in my beginning stages, but it was all trial and error, and you know, I went for it, even though I was nervous. And you just got to try and be ready to make little mistakes, okay? Because in the end, look, we can get something really, really beautiful. So, there's our pencil case done. Yay. Here we go. And now, we're just going to wait for this one to cool down. And we'll be done with a whole bag. I know it's nerve-wracking. I know. But you can do it. You just have to believe in yourself. I think I stopped believing in myself at some point. I was like, what is going on? But it's me. Hi, I'm the problem. It's me. Here we go. Oopsie. Okay, now we just gotta wait for this to cool down. Cheryl says that's pretty much where she's at, trial and error. Yeah, you know what? It's like that, and I think I got really, really good advice from an ambassador when I just started out my journey. They said to me, you know, you're gonna make mistakes. Sometimes you're gonna waste materials, and I mean, it sucks. It sucks. You've just bought this really gorgeous glitter iron-on, and you've just wasted it all on a t-shirt. I think that was my big experience. I did a Springbok t-shirt. That was my first t-shirt, and I went in with so much confidence, and I messed it up, and I wasted this really gorgeous Cricut black and gold iron-on. I was heartbroken. I was really sad, and I was really disappointed in myself. But you know, you're gonna waste materials, unfortunately, in your learning stages, and you know, not in your learning stages. I'm sure the most experienced ambassadors can tell you they also make mistakes. So it is a big learning curve, every mistake you make. Okay, and then what I like to do at the end of my projects is just give it a nice run over with my heat press. There we go, just to make sure it's all in the good place, in the good places. Oh, beautiful. Did my little hearts go on? Okay, where's my butch paper? Right, and then generally at the end of an iron-on project, I like to just do this and go over the project, see that there's no little pieces sticking out. That feels good. And then the iron-on one, the pencil case one also feels good. So, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for bearing with me for the difficulties of this evening, technical and mental, I guess. But thank you for bearing with me and waiting to see the end of the project. Here we are. We've got an iron-on pencil case and an iron-on bag. I really encourage each and every one of you to go out to do an iron-on project. And if you're really nervous, Cricut does have classes. We like in-person classes. It's always good to get some practical experience. We've got Zoom classes, and then we've also got every weekend we have our in-person classes. So you can go check out Cricut workshops in South Africa online, and you'll find us there, and then you can join one of those classes if you're feeling nervous at all. So yeah, thank you again so much for coming to my class. Remember, this was sponsored by Cricut and Logitech, and you can go to the secret sale to get any of your Cricut needs. You can also check out Takealot, Waltons, and all these awesome sites one day only as well. So yeah, thank you so much for coming. Have a lovely evening, and